Hey, Taurus. Let's see what you need to know for today. Fairies. Let's see. Undressing of the salad, the singer of the chalice, he of the fiery sword, Rar, and guardian of the gate. Anything else? So with these cards, the undressing of the salad, there's a situation in your home life, or what you would consider your home life, like your relationships, the things you deal with people, not places or things, but people. Things have been kind of screwy and they're being worked on. There's love being poured into the situation, there's clarity being poured into the situation so that you can come to a climactic, explosive completion of that negative cycle to start a new cycle. The undressing of a salad adds up to a 4. The singer of the chalice adds up to a 3. So 4 being your stability, your foundations, your family life, the place where you stand and the people you deal with. 3 from the singer of chalice means there's more than one person working on this or more than one energy working on this to bring in another 4, clarity in the situation of your structure. This clarity is being brought to you by a non-corporeal form. This adds up to a number 7, which means it's your guides, angels, guardians, the god, goddess working on your behalf. They're supporting you so that you can move forward, again with the number 3, towards a new chapter in your life. But first, before you can move into that chapter, you have to bring peace into the situation you're currently in so that you can move into the next chapter without the baggage of the previous chapter. So we have 4, 3, 4, 3, 7. Excuse me. Let's see what Moonology has to say about this. Look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. And the funny thing is, underneath this unity card is the sage card. And underneath that is yet another truth being revealed card. And underneath that is breaking free from the shadows. So whatever you're going through, whatever the situation might be, you're being asked to look at the bigger picture with wiser eyes, not just with your current situation and how you perceive it, but to perceive it in a long-term, multi-lifetime kind of way. So whatever you're dealing with in this lifetime isn't just from this lifetime. Because when the full moon in Sagittarius appears, to me at least, it's an arrow you've shot a long time ago that's coming to a resolution now. A personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer. You could be dealing with a Cancer moon or a Sagittarius moon. Your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. Let's get tarot. Well, let's get the dreams of Gaia on this. I've rarely ever used this. What else does Taurus need to know regarding the situation? Sorry for the sniffles. It's been a really emotional day. Figured I'd hop on and do some readings after meditating to get my mind off things. "19. Emotions. And underneath the deck, the 2 of fire. I'm looking at this card because I haven't really ever seen it in this deck before. And I'm not sure if you can see the details. There is one person ashamed or bowing in respect towards the angelic figure, bringing clarity and an open heart right there. Your emotions have been hanging on the edge of a blade due to the interference of someone else, igniting a fire that almost burned you. But that fire they ignited caught the attention of the divine, and they're coming in to help. I mean, they've always been there to help you, but maybe you weren't ready to accept the help. Clarify the undressing of a salad, please. The Queen of Cups, 7 of Wands in reverse. The High Priestess, Princess of Wands in reverse. So you might have been dealing with a feminine energy water sign, or someone who's in their feminine energy and likes to be up at night, and they have unblocked, or you have unblocked, a ability within yourself to see things clearly. And having seen those things clearly, you don't want what you wanted. You now know what you need, and you're working on new wants and desires, because the ones you had before led you down a road where you were basically dancing upside down. Maybe some of you are strippers, some of you maybe working with like dancing, or I don't know, some of you could be using the bow staff for like combat training. There's definitely, though, a feminine energy that's highly intuitive that has unblocked and released resistance towards what he or she wants and what he or she desires and needs. They're allowing something to come to them because they're tired of being in a situation where they're juggling all the time. Clarify the singer of the chalice. Clarify singer of chalice, please. Thank you. The Knight of Cups in reverse. So all this clarity came about, or is about to come to you, due to the insincerity of someone communicating with you. So when that person shows up in your life and they say something that has your intuition think that they're lying, or they're just manipulating, or something like that, recognize that that's occurring in your life because it's part of the process in recognizing the truth. The Chariot in reverse. There's going to be some stagnation, or there currently has been stagnation, due to these people, places, or things you've been dealing with. But that lack of movement forward, like the 2 steps back, 1 step forward type of thing, has been occurring so that you can keep going back to see the issue so that you don't bring the issue forward. So release any unforgiveness, release any resentment, release any blame, guilt, shame, just for this moment. And look at the bigger picture and recognize that all the detours that happened in your life occurred so that you can see how you were self-sabotaging your own life and blocking off the things that your intuition was trying to bring to you. This way, those things can come to you. 7 of Cups, 6 of Cups. 7 of Cups upright, 6 of Cups in reverse. There could have been a lot of lies and deceit regarding a family situation or a soulmate situation of kinds. It could be romantic, it could be platonic, it could be family, it could be friends. The energy here isn't very specific. I'm just seeing the thorn on the rose with this. And when I pull back and look at the bigger picture, I'm seeing that there is an entire forest and an entire world for you to explore, other than the thorn that we've been looking at here. Something is definitely coming to an end and something new is beginning. And the universe, God, Goddess is asking you really to not look at the betrayal anymore and look at how it's shaped you as a person. Do you like who you've become with the circumstances you faced? Do you like your personality traits, your habits, your beliefs, the way you respond to triggers and trauma? We all go through it. No one's pain is worse than the other one's. So cramp. It's not a competition, okay? We're all in our own lane. We're all doing our own thing. And if you're not, it's time to get in your own lane. And what that means, do what you enjoy. Don't try to be like anybody else. Do what you enjoy. Sometimes you have to do the Seven of Swords to yourself. You have to go back to something or you have to leave something behind. Because sometimes in life, we make decisions when we're angry and we cut people off, the Six of Cups in reverse and the Seven of Cups, because there's too much confusion. There's too much gossip, too many lies, too many people pretending, too many people keeping each other stuck and juggling, too many people using their intuition in a negative way to control other people. And that's all being put to a stop. Clarify the Ra card, please. The Knight of Swords. Yeah, it's going to be a message you're going to get that you're not going to like very much, but it's pure clarity. So be prepared. And this reading, I think, is preparing you so that you don't respond in a confrontational way when this Knight of Swords shows up in your life. Because this Knight of Swords is an agent of truth coming to you. But you might perceive it as someone verbally or emotionally attacking you because you've been in a wounded place due to the manipulation of people around you that were manipulating you so that you wouldn't be around people like that, so that you could recognize the energy of manipulation. Clarify the Guardian of the Gate, please. Three of Wands in reverse, Princess of Swords in reverse, Three of Swords in reverse. Okay. So once you experience this in your current nowadays, it could be something very simple. It could be something you hear on TV. It could be someone on the internet or a post you see somewhere that puts everything into perspective. It could be this video you're watching. It brings you healing. It brings you closer to clarity. It brings you closer to not waiting anymore for that which you seek. No more waiting. You know what you want. No more manipulation, lies, or believing in other people. No more stalking, spying, wondering if he or she is coming back or what they're doing or what they're thinking. No more bent truth. So you can heal. And this to me looks like a star, like the outline of a star from far away, because I'm sitting kind of like really far from the monitor. But I can see it from like the angle, and it looks like a star. So there is a wish that's being granted to you that's going to help you heal. But in order for it to heal, those swords have to come out, which is going to hurt. Yeah, there's definitely somebody who screwed with you. Maybe a lot of somebodies. Okay, let's switch these out and get some advice cards. Let's do the little angels. What advice do you have for the situation for Taurus, please? For the best outcome for everybody involved. Do your homework. Maybe look at some trauma response videos. There's some like CPTSD videos you could watch, even if you don't have it, just so you can recognize the beginning of traits in them. Because whether you think you've been traumatized or not, living on this planet, you've been traumatized. So a lot of your responses aren't accurate responses to who you are. They're not authentic ways you would respond. So that's probably why you feel bad when you talk bad to people or when you stand up for yourself, because there's some part of you that doesn't want to be mean. There's somebody you want to spend time with, but maybe it's that person that's been messing with you too. Maybe it's time to find new people you enjoy being with, or just to find a true friend that listens. This could be someone who, like a therapist or a psychiatrist, you're being advised to go see. Could be maybe getting a personal reading. Could be watching trauma response videos. Family in reverse. Again, with the number 4 over here, repeating so much. Your stability, your foundation, your connections. Someone didn't consider your feelings, and you're being asked to consider your own feelings, because everybody has them. Even if you blame other people in the situation, they went through something too that they can never explain to you, because you weren't in their shoes and they weren't in your shoes and in your body feeling what you felt. Only God, Goddess knows that. So you can't expect these people to know what you've been through when you yourself haven't done the homework to figure out exactly how these things have affected you. It's kind of like the Sage card over here. You've turned a blind eye to the pain. Imagine yourself happy, but in reverse. So stop imagining yourself happy and actually choose to be happy. And then once you make that choice, like right now, tell yourself, I'm happy, and then feel a happy emotion. Recognize the resistance right in this moment to you feeling happy. Research, do your homework, talk to somebody that can help you unravel why you purposefully, subconsciously choose to not feel happy. Now, guys, remember, these are general readings on the internet. It doesn't matter if there's 10 people watching or 100 people or 1,000 people or 100 million people. The information is relevant to you the way you hear it because you're hearing it. So don't try to make it fit in a way where you're like, oh, well, if this is that, if that's that, or this is this, then I'll do this. No, these are metaphoric messages spread across the entire internet. So when you're hearing them, look at them as riddles or as like metaphors from your guides in regards to how they speak to you. So the message might be coming through me that says drink fresh water, but maybe you're drinking fresh water and this message is for someone else where they're not drinking any water. So for you who is drinking water, maybe you're being asked to help someone else drink fresh water. Maybe get them a water filter or give somebody a bottle of water or help the bees or something. However it applies to you specifically, when you hear or see this, drink fresh water. Also, water is emotion-based, right? It holds memory. You can speak to it and the molecules and all that stuff change. So if you drink enough water and you tell that water that you're happy, that you're grateful, that you're wealthy, that you're beautiful, that you're ageless, and you're constantly in your prime, and your cells are happy, your finances are happy, money loves to be around you. You could put like sacred geometry symbols on a bottle of water or underneath your water pitcher. Bless these things with your words. That way, when the water comes through you, it washes you clean of the things that need to be removed and instead puts those things you infuse the water with into you. Eventually, after about, 3-4 days, maybe 21 days, it's different for everybody. once you keep doing this, eventually your cellular structure and your mental and physical networking, the way you respond and react, changes, because those neurons that took you down a path where you would respond in a negative way have been replaced with self-love, which then has you expressing properly towards other people. Let's get, I think this is the Light Seers, or I don't know, Starseed Oracle or something. And closing advice for Taurus, please, so that they can have the best day ever every day. Are you kidding me? Quarter of the deck. I'm curious though. Play. You're a warrior. Stop pretending to be a victim. Establish better boundaries. Don't say something if you don't mean it. Don't let people say shit to you that you don't like or that you wouldn't say to your own child. If God wouldn't say it to you, why are you saying it to anybody else? You're here to create something, whether it's heaven on earth or heaven in your own bedroom or your living room or your kitchen, whatever. Do not let other people stop you from this. Don't dim to fit in. Your soul tribe can only find you if your energetic signature is accurate to who you are. So transform yourself in the way you feel, think, behave, dress, act, because you're not 16 anymore. You're 17, you're 30, you're 40, you're 50, you're whatever. So don't use the same mindset you used a decade ago. It's time to wake up and be who you are, even if it's just to yourself, alone, by yourself. That way, the energetic signature you're putting out into the universe comes back to you as your own energy instead of other people's copycat energy. And we all know how many fucking copycats there are in this world because they don't know how to be original. What's the core problem that Taurus is facing? Their shadow aspect that they are not noticing. You're fake. You've been talking to people in a fake way. You've been responding to people in a fake way, which then hurts you because you didn't respond the way you did, which then you sit there thinking about them like, oh, I should have said this, I could have said that, in a kinder way. You're not a machine. And if you are perfectly capable of enhancing your artificial intelligence so that you can learn empathy, even if it's a numerical algorithm of empathy. No intelligence can function without empathy. Logic without emotion is more dangerous than emotion without logic, because logic will think things through really deadly, while emotion considers other people's emotions in your logic. Get rid of the artificial heart or download some apps into that artificial heart and create more empathy and sympathy within you. Just because others are suffering doesn't mean you need to, but if you have a compassionate heart, you can alleviate some of that suffering on a global level just by being you. Naked before the stars. It's time to really be vulnerable with yourself, Taurus. Really, really, really. There's only so much that the universe is going to sit there and allow you to be someone else when you know who you are and you refuse to accept who you are because of other people's opinions or your history. You have to be who you are, even if it's just to yourself. You must do it. It's what God, Goddess wants for you. You're here on this planet as one version of yourself. There is no one else like you in any other reality. It's only you. So allow yourself to feel how great you really are. I mean, really, there's nobody else like you. I don't care if they're 99.999% a clone of you or a copy. You're you. So whatever they're telling you, it's all in your head just to keep you from doing what you're here to do. Flashover, 11, completions, the master builder. It's time to really get out of your head and get into the artificial heart and recognize how you've been faked. And I don't mean fake in a offensive way, but like customer service representatives, cashiers are fake as hell. They don't need to be authentic 24/7. They have a job to do when they're at work. But these cards and stores is telling me you're being artificial even with yourself. It's like you allow the voices in your head to control what you feel instead of allowing how you feel and how you think to be how you act. There's a misalignment between mind, body, and spirit. You feel vulnerable and naked, so you close off your heart and you pretend you're okay. And then you sit there ruminating in your mind about all the shit that you could have said or done differently your entire life. It's a repetitive cycle that's being undressed so that you can be naked before the stars. And you know, we're all stars, right? Epoch. Pause in your journey and reflect on yourself. You've been through more than enough. And if you continue going down this path that you've been in without altering your energetic signature and your physiology, you're going to destroy yourself somehow. Because you need emotions, you need dreams, you need logic, you need friends, family, connections. You can't do it all on your own. So work with people. Work with, and more than just the divine, you know? You can't just sit there being a nun 24/7 thinking that God's going to take care of everything. When God incarnated as you into this universe so that you could do something here. Mirror. Learn to see God's presence in everyone you meet. We're all mirrors to each other, my dear. Every single one of us. What you're seeing here is what you're seeing in yourself. This is not me projecting onto you. This is not me projecting onto a reading. This is the energy of the people watching this reading that I'm reading for you. So whatever you don't like, adjust it. Whatever you do like, expand on it. Whatever you want to get rid of it. But make sure you're getting rid of it authentically and not with an artificial heart because people tell you you need to. Any good psychiatrist will even tell you narcissistic personality disorder can be healed if the person chooses to acknowledge that they have it and that they want to heal from it. There is always hope, Taurus. Whatever you're going through, there is always hope. But don't just sit there relying on hope. Hope is a candle that needs to be tended to. It needs to be protected. It needs to be nurtured and acknowledged, just like your inner child. I feel like some of you are really emotional, and I would give you a hug if I could. So I'm giving you an astral hug. I hope that's good enough. Give yourself a hug. Take a nice warm bath. Take care of yourself. Eat something nice. Be honest to make a YouTube video and like communicate with people regarding what you've been going through. Tell your story. Surrender. You know, it's okay to ask for help. You don't have to do it all on your own. I know you've been taught that you need to do it on your own, but you really don't. I'm sorry for what you've been through, Taurus. It does not feel pleasant. But it does feel like the makings of a great, great, great leader, parent, friend, a great employer, a great employee. All right, my loves. Take care of yourself. If you need me, I'm here. The information for private readings is going to be in the description box. Thank you for any likes, comments, subscribes, and private reading requests. All right. Take care of yourself.